Hello and welcome, guys, to another podcast by Rupeeting. We are joined by Naman and Tejas here, and I'm Laksh. And we have another
Hello.
exciting story for you today. Now, you would wonder what is the story. But before that, we have a disclaimer to present. None of the things we talk about today is to be taken as an investment advice. This is all for entertainment and educational purposes only. More of entertainment, but okay.
Yeah, a little less
So
of entertainment as Sagar and Aish are not there with us today.
yeah. So now you would wonder what are we talking about today. So let me show you something. We're talking about this. I don't know if you can see
And
this, but
and
this.
this
Yeah. And they just if you want to present something.
A cell
and this.
phone.
Yes. Tejas is the richest one out of everyone. Out of all of us, if you can't say already. But now you would wonder what are we talking about? Why am I showing a charger, Naman a remote, and Tejas his phone? I mean, for Tejas it's pretty explanatory because he just wants to flex it. The iPhone with
Flex
three cameras
boy.
behind. It's
That was the closest thing around me.
But yeah,
No.
we are going to talk about something called dielectric films. Now, what is dielectric films? So dielectric films are present in every or most of the electrical devices or appliance devices that we use. Like we all showed one example. Now they are thin plastic films which prevent the flow of excess electricity. I think, Tejas, if I'm right.
They
Yeah.
prevent the flow of electricity from one panel to another panel, which are
Okay.
closely placed, and it is present in the capacitors.
Okay. So
And these
now we
capacitors act as a battery, like they store
Yeah.
electricity in them
Electricity
electricity.
in between
for a temporary period of time.
time. And I can assure you guys that whatever Tejas is speaking is absolutely correct because he is the science guy between
All three of us and
all
our
three of us
entire team.
and our entire team as well. Yeah.
So yeah. So me and Naman are here for the entertainment part. Tejas is here for the educational part for you all.
Educational part for you.
But yeah, speaking about dielectric films, you would be wondering why are we talking about this? But we have a surprise for you. And I'm sure you mustn't have heard about this stock because this is the first time even we heard about it. It's a
Yeah.
company called Xpro India, which has a monopoly of producing dielectric films in the
Films.
country. It is a good story. It has given significant upside for the investors in a span of the past 3 years, and the stock
The
has
stock
rallied up 75
75
times in the
times.
past 3 years. So if
Is
you
it
have
75 times or
75
75%?
No,
75
no,
times.
75
Three
times.
years ago,
So
the stock was for 15 rupees. Now it is for 1,051.
50
I don't know,
rupees.
1,050 rupees. So
Yeah.
if you would haven't heard about this stock
So
or
this
company
was
earlier,
like the
Expo
100 bag of stock
International.
that we needed to make
yeah,
money.
अब तो पैसा ही
exactly,
पैसा होगा. ये
exactly.
बोला रहता
But
अगर
it's
तेजस ने
always
Yeah,
would have, could have
yeah
in the past.
should have.
should
Yes,
have.
Yeah.
So
never
we are
cry
bringing
upon
you
missed
these
opportunities.
yes we are bringing you these podcasts so that you don't cry saying ki oh shits.
I swear. So now let's go on to discussing about the company, Xpro India. What all do you all
Yeah.
know about the company? Naman, because we know you have researched a lot about the company.
Yeah.
Then we'll get to
So
Tejas, so that Tejas can give us insights about the product.
yeah. So Xpro India basically works in the polymer business. So it has two business segments. One of which is what we are focusing a lot about today, which is the dielectric films part, and other is something known as the co-extruded plastics.
What is
So
that
have you
Okay.
exactly?
ever, yeah, so have you ever been to a construction site and you've watched workers wearing those yellow plastic caps? Or
Yeah.
a similar example would be all of us have used a refrigerator, right? So the
No.
plastic, what, yeah, You
I
also
mean, there can be someone watching this podcast from a village somewhere who still use an ice box. No,
Is that Lakshyu?
yeah, yeah.
no, I
Lux is
have a
from the Stone Age,
refrigerator.
guys.
Then
Lux
shut
is
the
from
fuck
the
up.
I,
Stone Age.
I have a this. I have
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
refrigerator.
yeah. So the molded plastic that we see in the refrigerators and those plastic hats is basically what is known as co-extruded plastic. So that company makes these plastics and the dielectric films. So these are the two segments for the company. But more of the
Okay.
focus, a lot. But today we are going to focus on the dielectric segment of the company, which is what Tejas would talk about.
So this company is the only company in India that does dielectric films, and it has a market share of 33%, right? A single company doing 33% of the demand
That
of Indian
that is shocking.
customers. Yeah. And the rest 67% is completed by imports. And these imports are from China, Japan, North Korea, Europe, and I don't know what other countries. But yeah, the company basically
There's
does
just
33%. And it not only provides for Indian demand, it also caters to US and Germany. So it does exports as well. And okay, so
but
now that you know what, yeah, go ahead.
uh, yeah, why dielectric films and why is only a 33% share with this company? Like,
So the major barrier is the time needed to set the machinery to produce the appropriate film, like
okay,
the thickness, the precision that cannot be done by a new entry player. That takes a lot of time. Plus, the machinery that it needs will be costly. It will take 2 to 6 years, 2 to 4 years to set up the plant. And after that, it is not sure that you will be able to produce the fine film that Xpro does. So even after
okay.
investing thousands of crores,
Um,
it is not guarantee that you will be able to produce what
it's just like
Xpro
how
is doing.
Laksh plays poker. 10,000 रुपए डालेगा
Sorry,
लेकिन
what?
पता नहीं आएगा या नहीं.
No, it's okay. I'm
Okay,
netting it up
yeah,
only. So I don't have an issue.
yeah. So that is the reason why it is the only player in India which does this. And the other thing is, even though this segment is only about like 20, uh, 33%, it is also the 33% of the company's revenue. So going forward, this revenue will only be going up because dielectric films, which are used in the capacitors, are used in electrical vehicles, are used in non-renewable energy sources like solar panels, and almost every other electrical instrument that you see. So whatever electronic component that is around you, there is a 90% chance that it might have a capacitor in it. And because it has a capacitor in it, it will have a dielectric film.
So the
And
market is large, you mean?
so,
The market is extremely
yeah,
large.
the market is going to go only increase going forward.
Yeah,
And
with the
the thing is,
uh,
yeah, sorry.
with electricals being a major part of all the things that we use right now, right? So, I
Yeah,
mean, if we
the
even if
trend
we
is like
look
everyone
around,
want
yeah,
new electronics. Yeah,
yeah, even if we look
everyone
around,
wants a
like,
new electronic device.
uh, we all have like around five electronics placed just beside ourselves.
Yeah,
Hey, Norman, now you're a rich guy, huh? Again.
Hey, what? I was just showing a electronic like this, Ray,
yeah.
and
So
a
that also
laptop also
comes.
maybe.
So,
Yeah,
so the thing is now that the devices are getting smaller, like the TVs that earlier you used to use were larger in size,
and they were thicker in
and
size
due to
as
that,
well.
the cup. Yeah, so now we have a flat screen
Yeah,
LCD, but earlier it used to be the big device.
Dabba.
So, the dabba. So when you use a big device, the dielectric film that was used in the capacitor, it didn't matter that it was thin or thick. So now going forward, the devices that are becoming smaller and slimmer, the capacitors need to be of the smaller size. And as the capacitors are going smaller, the thickness of the dielectric film that is needed in the capacitors
Hmm.
will go down.
But
So when sorry,
how does it matter? Like, why a thinner film?
because
तो
you're
तेरा
making a
टीवी नहीं
smaller
थिन
device,
रहेगा,
na?
तेरा टीवी थिन
You're
नहीं
making
बनेगा
the
क्या?
device smaller, na?
Acha. Okay. Yeah.
हाँ.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the capacitor will also go smaller. And if the capacitor goes
Okay.
smaller, to fit in the
You need
dielectric
a
film,
tiny
you'll
film.
need a smaller micron film. So
नमन यार,
the company is,
common sense.
I'm
yeah,
telling you,
it's okay.
commerce background, bro.
So when you like see a dielectric film which is like a 10 micron, that will cost you around 400 rupees a kg, a 10
10
micron
micron being
film.
a thicker
Is
film.
a thicker one.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
is the
thicker
thicker
one.
one. Yeah. But when you go like go down the scale and bring the thickness of the film down to 2 microns or say 2.5 microns, the same cost, the cost of the same film will go up to 1500 to 1800 rupees per kg, which is like 4 to 5 times.
Hmm.
So the costing increases, but at the same time, the processing time for producing this film will also go up. So the company is doing that, and it has an ambition to produce 1.5 micron, which
5
is the
micron.
I
Thinnest
don't know
that's
how,
available.
yeah,
Yeah, it is
they
one of the
want to
thinnest,
make.
but yeah.
I can't show how much is 1.5 micron, but it is very small. And
So let's just give an example.
I don't know what
Oh,
example I can give you.
And then it will
this
be
is
it
10
will be
micron.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
This is
1.5
1.5 micron.
mic micron,
Basically that is.
We can just say
1.5
our
micron.
editor to put something between here to
Thick and
show
thin.
that thick and thin.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I
Something that
don't
the
have any
viewers might
example.
like. Something that
Yeah.
the
anything.
new viewers might like. Something thick and
Okay.
something thin.
You're getting gross.
PG-18, please, PG-18.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot Naman is 17
And
years old.
so the company is doing that. Like, uh, it is capitalizing on the thinner films, and even though it
So
is
do they,
running at
is it
like
more
100%
profitable?
capacity, yeah, obviously it will be more profitable because uh, if you can produce 100-meter film
Huh.
from maybe 10 kg, whatever the product is,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you can produce 100-meter film of
Hmm.
10 micron, at the same time you'll be able to produce maybe 300 or 400-meter film from that same product. So you'll
Okay.
get a lot of output, but it will take time to produce because the inlay
But
and
the
outlay
raw,
will be slower. Raw
okay,
material
but we
required will be
can,
less.
required will be less. Like, so the
Yeah.
cost cutting can happen there.
Yeah. So raw material will be required less, but at the same time, the output that the company will produce, it will be
Hmm.
of more value.
Okay.
And not only is the company doing dielectric films, it is also doing, like you said, CPP, cast
Hmm.
polypropylene. I don't know what that is. Naman will explain.
So okay, propylene, cast polypropylene.
Polypropylene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is something like a tongue twister, no? While I was researching for this company, I had a very hard time pronouncing cast polypropylene. Yeah, so
Okay.
anyways,
All the chemical names will
Cast.
be difficult to pronounce.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cast. All these plastics name especially. cast polypropylene, cast polyethylene, something like that.
Naman, this is
Yeah,
not a
never
Yeah.
mind.
pronunciation class. We'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
Yeah, go
some
Let's
ahead.
other day.
Explain what.
yeah, let's move forward. What CPP is. So, when I was explaining what how are these plastic hats made, the refrigerant liners are made. So, co-extruded plastic is also known as cast polypropylene. So, cast polypropylene is
Okay.
basically a very capex heavy production plastic. So, basically, what they do is they heat these plastics to a very high point, to such a
The
point
plastic
that the
sheet, you
plastic
mean?
is, yeah, the plastic sheet, that the plastic sheet is in a pliable form but is not melted.
What's a
Okay.
pliable form?
uh,
It's
It can
moldy.
be molded into any
yeah
form
yeah
that you
yeah
want.
it can be molded to any form, just by giving enough pressure into that mold. So
Okay,
what
so
they
it
do
is
is,
pressed in the mold and given a
yeah,
heat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So usually vacuums are used, so there's a mold and a plastic sheet
Okay.
is on top of that, and
Okay.
uh, from below the mold, a vacuum suction is created and they pull the plastic downwards.
Okay.
And so the plastics take the shape of the mold.
Oh,
And
I
then
thought
that
there
is,
will be something like which will be pressing it against,
no.
like a
So there
forging
might
thing.
be that might be that kind of thing also, but this is also known as cast propylene.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've seen
understood.
this
this.
is how these cast propylene material plastic products are made, and the major use of these is in the refrigerator industry as well. So this company has a lot of customers, such as are you guys lad? Okay, no.
No,
LG
Such as
no.
and
LG, uh, that the LG is one of the biggest customer. Then these are also used in tires. So Seat is one
okay,
of their customers. Seat is one of their customers. JK Tire is one of their customers. So this company has like a good portfolio clientele
of
under
Clientele
their
customers. Yeah,
hat.
portfolio
Yeah. Under their hat. So yeah,
cool.
under the
this
hat.
is under their hat. Yeah. So
But they
Magician
make
son.
the.
this is what the company is doing. But then you guys might ask, ki, what next? What is the company doing to grow from here? Or what is the
Yeah, how
company
will it
doing
cater the
to,
demand
yeah, to
that
cater
is
the
there?
demand, the 67% gap that currently India has. That is what Laksh sir is going to explain us today.
Okay, so
Come
coming
on,
back
sir. Go ahead.
to me,
Coming back
so
from
the
where?
company, to me, the
Yeah, go
company
ahead.
plans to answer Naman's question. The company plans on having a huge capex of 500 crores, something that the company has never seen before, and
Okay.
this is to be done over the next 2 years. And they are going to introduce two new lines of by Naman, correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but by
Yes,
actually
bi-electric,
lines by
bi-axle,
by
bi-axle,
Actually
axle
oriented.
like by axially oriented
bi-axle. Yeah,
lines which are used for dielectric films, correct?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so currently the company has a capacity of 4,000 metric tons or million sheets.
4,000
so that is
tons per
4,000
annum.
metric tons per, yeah.
Huh. So coming back
So
by axially films, by axially lines. Okay, earlier the company, the maximum
biaxially
amount of
oriented polypropylene film.
Nice. Oh, this is
what?
turning into a
Biaxially
pronunciation class
oriented
again.
polypropylene films.
Okay, biaxially oriented polypropylene films, lines, whatever.
Yes,
Yeah,
Okay, they have capacity
yeah.
coming
yeah.
in then.
Okay.
They're spending 500 crores on the capacity for that. Currently, they have a capacity of 4,000 metric tons per annum of
Okay.
the dielectric films. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, earlier the company has never seen a capex as such. The maximum amount of capex that is
Yeah.
done by the company is around 30
35 odd
crores.
crores. Yeah, 30,
Yeah,
35
30
odd crores
crores
in the past 5 years.
past 5 years, and before that they used to range around 5 crores. So this is a
Yeah.
big move that the company is playing out, and they are going to add 8,000 metric tons to this capacity. That means the total capacity at the end of the capex would be 12,000 metric tons. And the company is moving forward with this plan in a two-phase uh, thing. Like they're going to do it over two phases. One where the first line comes in play in FY25 for the company. That's another 4,000 metric tons, and
Hmm.
the second line comes under the company, or gets it's ready for production in FY26. That's another
Yeah.
4,000. So by
Okay.
the end of FY26, or I think first quarter, yeah, by the end of FY26, they are going to have a capacity of 12,000
So
with
basically, they
the,
are just tripling their capacity in the next 2 years.
yeah, and it's like another thing that should be noted is by that time the demand for this particular like by dielectric films in India is going to be around 15,000 metric tons, if I'm
Yes.
not wrong.
Okay.
So
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
would
that's
So
correct.
it will be
mean,
catering a lot of
yeah. So
demand.
the yeah. So basically, the company would be having an 80% market share if you see as if you take market share on the basis of production capacity, and they
Okay.
would be doubling their market, more than doubling their market share, or at least we can say doubling the market share from this point in time in the next 3 years.
Okay.
So a lot of the demand would be fueled internally, and as we see more electronic products being used, it clearly shows that the demand is going to surge, and if the company is successful in taking over this demand well and providing uh, at least 60 to 70% of domestic demand by themselves, then they would be doing pretty well in the future, I would say.
And
Yeah,
as
the
Tejas
import
said,
will be going down
will
for
go down.
yeah
Exactly.
30% around.
And as Tejas
Exactly.
said, so there are a huge amount of entry barriers in this space. So this company seeing a competitor very soon is like a low probability, right?
Up
Yeah.
to negligible, almost
Negligible. Yeah, yeah.
negligible. Yeah.
Okay.
So now
So
let's see. There's another thing that excites us about this company. That is
the PLI schemes.
The PLI schemes.
hell.
I
I
No, why? But like
you could have
if
just
you all have
done
seen,
I.
yeah, I swear. No, no, no. We have to give something good to the viewers.
We need to have a Tarak Mehta question today, huh?
But who is there? Who is there? There's no one.
Tejas is
You
there.
Oh
ask.
Why?
yeah,
I
we
can
You
can,
answer.
we
ask,
can,
yeah.
we
We
can.
should have
Chalo.
a
Yeah.
Tarak Mehta question before we move to the
Chalo,
PLI
we
schemes.
will
Yeah.
do something. We will do something that is related to our topic. We have spoken about TVs. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you ask
Jeta
again. Don't you ask
bhai.
Tejas,
again.
Tejas.
Bolo.
In Jethalal's shop, the full
Okay.
form of LCD is written under every TV. What is that full
Haha,
form?
I know this. I know this.
No, no, it's for Tejas. It's for Tejas. You wait.
Hey, why, yaar? I'm not a
LCD.
Tarak Mehta geek. I
Uh,
should answer this.
No, I don't know this.
Chalo, okay, now
No,
I'll
I know the
explain.
real form, full form.
Okay,
I
you
don't know
tell us
what is
the real
written
full.
under
What is the real full form? Oh shit.
liquid crystal display.
Okay.
See,
Naman, what
guys,
is
Tejas has proved.
no, he's
What
the
is
legend.
LCD in Tarak Mehta?
Is it Lake Kam Dam?
Yeah.
What?
Lake Cum.
Oh, fuck, bro.
LECUMDAM. Lake Cum Dam.
Fuck, bro.
And I don't think
That is
so.
mad, huh?
I don't think so. I don't think so. The producers or the directors understood what does that come mean.
Definitely
they,
they
they
didn't.
they took some other form of liquid in it.
Okay, tell me which company did Tarak Jethalal go for the UK trip?
It
Like
was
which
Tony
company
TV.
something.
sponsored his trip?
Tony
Huh?
TV. Tony
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, I thought
Arey,
something
that
with
was the
T.
first. It's
Something with
Tony
T,
only.
no?
No, no, Tonly only.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Tony TV.
Tony TV, yeah, Tony TV. I'm upping my game, guys.
Hmm.
Okay,
So
now PLI schemes.
let's
Back to the
tell
topic.
Naman, you have to ask one
Yeah.
question now.
So Tejas explain.
Let's go back. So PLI scheme.
Yeah.
Te- ex- yeah.
So the company is not
I'll
directly
explain
benefited from the
what is the
PLI
PLI
schemes.
scheme.
It is production
That
linked
means it
incentive,
doesn't
bro.
come under the PLI scheme.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't come
it
under
doesn't
the
come
this,
under
but
PLI
some
schemes, but the sectors
somewhere
like
it
electrical
supplies.
vehicles and solar, both these sectors come
Yeah.
under PLI. So going ahead in future, the uh, electric market or the solar market will only be seeing a good growth. And as they are having the PLI scheme benefit, the company will indirectly be benefited from that.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
PLI scheme, basic 6 standard math, 12 to second standard math, whatever math. For some people it might be 10 standard also because some people are stupid. So okay, coming back to the math. PLI basically means प्रोडक्शन लिंक्ड इंसेंटिव. ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट बोलता है तुम बनाओ हम तुम्हें और पैसा देंगे. If you've seen our previous blog, or I think two blogs before this, we had mentioned PLI scheme very nicely, the foods and infra. To check that out, please go to rupeeting.com/blog and do give it a read.
If you want to watch the podcast,
Yes,
YouTube.
you can click over here,
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh
So
yeah. Somewhere.
yeah,
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 Please, guys,
somewhere.
now
a like, share, and subscribe would be great.
yes, now that's the
बेल
brand
आइकन को
plugin.
प्रेस करना मत भूलना.
I swear. एक लाइक से
Go.
एक नमन बचता है.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Bad one.
coming back to the PLI scheme. Basically PLI scheme में गवर्नमेंट बोलता है कि तुम बनाओ हम तुम्हें पैसा दे. ठीक है ना, पैसा दिया.
Hmm.
अभी सोलर और ईवी को ये PLI scheme है. So that's why they produce more. When they produce more, their production goes here. But now dielectric films are here. ऐसा नहीं कि 10 गाड़ियों में से एक ही में लगता है. वो सब 10 गाड़ियों में 10-10 इलेक्ट्रिक फिल्म जाता ही. So that also goes up. So indirectly, the dielectric film market goes up if the EV and solar market goes up.
Yeah.
And
Right.
the EV and solar
Not
market are
uh, but not just EV and solar markets. These are just a drop
an
in the
example.
whole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
Whole.
suppose exactly. मतलब it's
Okay.
basically like बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है. तो मतलब
Sagar
there's a
Banta.
full
Yeah.
ocean over there. सागर बनता है. But there's a full ocean out there. There's an
Yeah.
ocean of opportunities for the
For the company.
company. And these two are just two drops, if you would like to
I
mention.
don't think Sagar is going to appreciate this joke. Huh?
It's okay.
Uh,
No, no, no. Okay. So Naman is going to help us with the numbers over here.
Okay, even yeah, let's if we take the electric vehicles market, so through the PLI scheme, the government is incentivizing the automobile companies to create up to 50 lakh electric vehicles over the period of next 5 years. So
Okay.
even if we take into perspective 50 lakh vehicles, 50 lakh vehicle, 50 lakh capacitors, 50 lakh capacitors, 50 lakh dielectric films.
Okay.
So the market is huge, and also with the EV vehicle sector, so these automobiles have automobile manufacturers have like a serious regulation certification that takes place. So whenever they outsource products from other manufacturers, such as the dielectric film, so they have to take a specific certification which certifies that the product is good to use for into their
Okay.
automobiles. So to obtain this certification, the product goes under a rigorous testing process, which can last up to various months or sometimes even years. So once the product is certified and the manufacturer is basically on board or has shaken hands with the automobile company, so there are like negligible chance that the automobile company is going to switch to any other dielectric product maker. As if the automobile company shifts to any other dielectric product maker, he has to do all of that rigorous testing all over again,
So
which
the
is
process is long and
yeah,
it is
which is a
time
pain in
consuming.
the yeah, it's a pain in the ass basically.
So that acts
Yeah.
as a moat for the company.
That yeah, so
So
the
that is like
automobile
luck
customers
for
are
Sagar.
yes,
Why?
you got it right.
Why?
Your pain in the ass
Hey, that's
for Sagar.
nice. Huh? That's nice. I mean, if I was then he wouldn't have let me do the podcast. He would have done it. But he trusts me.
He trusts all of
Yeah,
us.
sure.
So basically,
We'll
yeah.
Yeah.
So
ask
the
him.
So
customers
The next
are
podcast,
super.
we'll ask him. We'll get to know also if
so
he
that
watches the
was about
podcast.
that is about the electric segment. What about the solar market?
So the government has also huge production-linked incentive plans for the solar market as well. So the government is
Okay.
currently has a target of producing 10 gigawatts of solar panels every year for the next 5 years. So I don't
Okay.
know how
Every year for
to
the next 5 years.
for the next 5 years. So that is around 50 gigawatts. So I don't know
Okay.
how to put a gigawatt into the picture saying it is
It's,
this large.
So a
So
lot
that
of
is
film is required,
yeah, a lot
basically.
of film
yeah.
would be required basically. Yeah. So in the solar panels, if you have noticed, there's a transparent glass sheet and there's something blue colored inside.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So below that, this dielectric films are used.
Okay. Understood.
So it is an essential part of the
Like I
solar.
knew it, but understood.
It's for the
Again,
viewers.
Tejas is flaunting huh, today.
And the engineering
But
background.
yeah,
कुछ तो फायदा हो
but yeah,
इंजीनियरिंग डिग्री का.
सही है. आज काम आ गया.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
हाँ,
to give the
finally somewhere.
context, there's a lot of dielectric demand that's going to come
Demand.
up in the upcoming years.
Yeah. Now to the numbers.
Yeah, I think the numbers don't lie what the company has done in the past years. If I would
But
speak about
again, disclaimer, whatever the company has done in the past is no reference to what it can do in the future. And this is not an investment advice.
investment advice, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, if I talk about the revenue CAGR for the past 5 years, that is FY18 to FY23, the company has just grown by a mere 10%. So, it's not a lot, but that is also not a number that we should look to. The number that would shock you guys is the PAT growth. So, from 18 to 25, the company has grown at a CAGR of 45%. So, the
The
company was
PAT has
basically
grown at 45%.
5%. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That's
the company
impressive.
was, yeah,
That
so the
explains
company
the
was
75x that the company
X
has
in the
performed.
stock. Yes.
Oh, काश तब
So
पैसा डाला होता घर
gosh.
बेच के.
और 70 घर होते थे आज.
पक्का हो जाते थे यार.
हाँ,
हाँ तो हाँ
took.
numbers.
But yeah,
Numbers.
so the company was basically not profitable until like 20
17,
was it
I guess.
2017? Yeah, 2017, 2018 it started.
2018 they broke even. No?
No, 2018
Yeah,
they started making, they
2
made
crores ka profit, I guess.
a little profit, like negligible profit they started making. But after that, the company had a good amount of profit. So 2018 was like a changing year for them. And since 2018 to 23, if we look at the return ratios and the margins, again, shocking guys. Please hold your horses. The ROE has increased by 12 percentage points. So if FY18 the company was giving an ROE of 14%, and FY23 the company was at an ROE of 26%. FI, so
Damn.
even a 14% number is not bad, but the 26% is
26 is the,
insane.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Game changer.
game changer number. And this was also shown in the ROC and ROA numbers. So ROC increased by 21 percentage points. So in FY18, ROC was at 7%, and in FY23, it came up
वो
to
दो है क्या?
28% again.
Boom.
And ROA was at a mere 3%, and in FY23, it increased to 14%. Again, an increase by
Of
by
almost five
11,
times.
11 percentage points. And the margins as well. So in FY18, the EBITDA margin was at 7% for the company. And in the period of 5 years, the company was able to double the EBITDA margins up to 15%. So again, an increase
Boom.
by 8 percentage points. Yeah, again a boom. So you
We'll
might
call Naman
you
that. Huh? He's the boom guy.
yeah, I'm the boom guy. So the major reason for the EBIT for such increase in these numbers would basically be attributable to a few points. One of which was the company is a monopoly, so it has a bargaining power at in their hands. So
Okay.
basically, again the stickiness point that I mentioned. So once the company partners with another manufacturer, there are very low chances that the manufacturer is going to shift to some other company for their products.
Right.
And also the company is very proud of itself, saying that actually the 67% of demand that is coming from imports, those are actually cheaper products as compared to what Xpro sells.
Cheaper quality wise, you
Okay.
mean?
So,
No, cheaper price wise. And yet Xpro is able to maintain such a huge market share in the
oh, so even though it is selling at higher price, it is able to sell
it
a
is
good
able to sell
quantity.
more. Yeah. So that
Okay.
is one point. And also one point would be attributable to the improved capacity utilization. So it is so this company has a lot of fixed cost under their manufacturing process. So the more it produces, the more profit it generates. So basically during FY18, the company was running at a 70% capacity.
Okay.
Until FY23, the capacity bumped up to 100%. And the company is proud, saying that they are running their manufacturing lines at 100% capacity since the past 3 years.
And let me add that even though they are running at 100% capacity, they are able to produce more volume every year because they are producing thinner and
Thinner
thinner
and thinner
micron
films.
films.
Yeah.
So that is where it is like using that into the capitalization picture.
Beating the
Yeah.
competition.
And
Yeah,
also making this thinner films is also the next point of the EBITDA margin increase. So making so the company earlier was making thicker micron films, right? So it was selling
right.
at a lower price point. So higher fixed cost, but a lower price point selling. But right now the company has that amount of fixed cost, but the selling price has increased. So the
Yeah.
company
And
is
even
able to
though even though price is increased, it is able to produce more as well.
yeah.
So, so that is why it
So
is given the 45% CAGR, fat
in the
CAGR.
profit CAGR,
Yeah.
yeah,
So overall, the company is amaze
doing
balls.
great.
Yes. And
And what else? I think that is about it.
yes, we can't say anything more.
We can't say
Uh,
anything about
but
About the nothing.
the
yes,
nothing,
but
but
to
yeah.
check out, but to check more out about the stock and a proper, that's what do you say, a proper write up, please check the Rupeeting blog at rupeeting.com/blog so you can learn more about this company.
The link will be in the
Because
And
description.
about us as well.
yes, because our friend Naman has done a great job on this company.
Yeah.
All of us actually, yeah. All of
But
us did a great job on this company.
I think then that's it for this week.
Yeah,
And that's a wrap.
you sh-
Boom.
Stay tuned for the next one.
you guys should
Bye.
like,
Cool.
subscribe, and
Like, share,
comment
and
Comment.
subscribe. If you all have
comment saying
anything
that
to, if you all want us to do some particular stock, please comment that as well.
please comment that as well. Yeah. So it's a
Yes.
wrap.
Yes. Bye.
Boom. Bye bye.
Bye guys.